Hey guys, it's Gerald here. There have been a lot of new concepts that have come to popularity like FIRE to retire early, 1M65 to have 1 mil in your CPF account by age of 65, or 100k by age 30. Now while all these stories are quite inspiring, it is also very disheartening for some others who may be just less exposed to opportunities or just not as privileged. Over the years of working with young couples and young adults on their finances, I always get questions like, am I doing fine? How am I compared to my peers? Am I earning too little? If you're also having such thoughts or have been using some of this popular concept as your guiding star, your motivation on your financial journey, I want to share with you that it may not make sense for you. I'll also be sharing with you some alternative ideas that you can consider on your own financial journey. Unless you have been living your life under a rock, by now you will recognize that some of us are born into this world with privileges and some others with liabilities that we have to manage. Things like student loans or parents' retirements that they have to worry about. And because of that, it doesn't make sense to have a fixed benchmark across everyone in the same age group, considering how different all of us are. Take for example the popular concept of 100k by age 30.
The median income of a 26 years old in Singapore is about $4,000 per month. If you were to factor in 2 months of bonus every year, some basic expenses, his savings on the first year will be about $13,000 and $30,000 on the last year. This would bring up a total savings of about $108,000, which hit the goal of $100,000 by age 30. But this is before wedding, reno and kids. After that, it will bring the savings down to about $50,000. But there's still a few scenarios where we can make it happen. Number 1, your parents don't need your support and they can support your education. Number 2, you start work earlier, find a higher pay, or just side hustle to increase your income. But of course, you may say that those are out of your control. Then number 3, you can choose to reduce your expenses, maybe cut off your social life. And number 4, you can choose to stay single or get married but do none of this, which I believe is not the life that most of us would want as well.
Now having said that, I do understand the benefits of having 100k by age 30. If you are able to achieve that, it basically means that you have a very solid stepping stones towards your retirement. But it is also true that if you do not hit that goal, it does not mean that you're destined to fail for life. It may just mean that you're on a different path, or you may have more things to sort out at the earlier stage of your life. Now I work with a lot of young adults and I can assure you most of them do not have 100k by age 30, but they will be able to retire well by age 65 or even earlier. The most important thing is that they can enjoy their life journey doing what they love instead of just cutting down on everything, hitting a random number that someone on the internet have given to you. Here are 5 things that you want to consider instead. Life is a series of choices and trade-offs. Now every morning when we wake up, we have to decide how we're going to spend our time, energy and money. There's no right or wrong answer because it is our resources. But every decision we make have an opportunity cost. If we are using the 3,000 on a trip, we are not using it to invest, but of course we gain experience out of that. If we are scrolling TikTok, we are not using the time to learn something new. But of course some will argue that they are learning something new on TikTok. If we want to make 100k by age 30 our goal, we need to be okay with the trade-off in order to achieve it. The point is that there will always be a trade-off and no one is in a better position to decide if it's worth it or not because it is our life. But we have to take responsibility of our decision and the long-term outcome of it. Give ourselves more time, learn to make better decisions every day. Slowly but surely, by improving 1% every day, we will live a better life. Number 2, calculate by the hour. The average Singaporean lives for about 765,000 hours. The money supply in the world is unlimited, but our time is limited. We should not just measure our income based on the money we earn, but also the time we have given in exchange for it. A video editor who earns $3,000 per month for 30 hours of work is paid $100 per hour. A lawyer who earns $10,000 per month for 200 hours of work is paid $50 an hour. From the hourly perspective, the video editor earns better than the lawyer. Last year I was having a conversation with a friend and client of mine, and I was telling him, we are still young, we have the energy and time to work hard, hustle hard now and earn more money so that we can have more, not just to take care of ourselves in future, but also our parents. Hustle when you're young, right? And he said this to me that totally changed my perspective. He said, Gerald, I may have another 10-20 years, but my parents may not be able to wait for me till then. The goal is not just to earn more, but to earn more efficiently so that we have time for other areas of our life. Number 3, set your own goals. I love this quote by Bill Gates. If you are born poor, it is not your mistake. But if you die poor, it is your mistake. We are all born into different circumstances in life, but if we are given a lifetime to sort things out and we are still stuck, we have to take responsibility of the choices we made in life because it is the choices that determine the outcome. That is why it's very important to have a goal. It is the goal that will guide our decision making process in our life, and without it, someone else will be making the decision for us. But then again, what is a good goal? What is the definition of success? Number 4, the measurement of success. We often measure life's success based on career and wealth. Yet we pity the rich but emo, old, and lonely men in movies. And we can't help smiling to ourselves when we see such a heartwarming scene like this. A better measurement of success might be something like this, but of course it is up to us to decide as well. It is important to have a healthy definition of success rather than engaging in mindless chase of wealth and career progression. Last but not least, journey before destination. I've learned this quote from Ali Abdaal. It's important that we have a destination so that we have a direction in life, but it is the journey that creates the experience. Just like when we are traveling, we'll reach a landmark, be happy for a few minutes, and then we move on to the next destination. But if you think back, what makes a trip memorable is not the destination itself, but the things that happen during the trip. The time when you wake up late and you have to chase after a bus, when you thought you can read the weather better than the weather forecasting app and you end up drenched out in the rain. It is the adventure and companionship that makes things fun, not the destination. That is why it is important, journey before destination. Have your goal in mind, but learn to enjoy the journey. Else reaching the destination would be pointless. We are all on this journey to make our life better than it is yesterday. That's why I started this channel to document all our learnings and information that I think will be useful for other young couples like ourselves. If you like what you have seen so far, do like and subscribe. If you want to have a chat or have any question, send me a DM over at my Instagram. Last but not least, if you're at the stage of buying your first house, check out these two videos.